Hi there. It has been a while. Welcome back to Tenshi Art, where I'm going to be continuing the thing that I started about a few months ago, where I am going to be drawing a character sheet. And this time, we're going to be focusing on a new character, or semi-new. This is a person that you've seen before on my channel. I've drawn. We're going to be talking about Veronika Khijani, a character that is in my ROARIX project, so roll the intro! God, I love doing that. So as I mentioned today, we're going to be taking a look at Veronika, not only her character, but we're going to be going through how I went about doing her character sheet, because this time around I decided to go with a little bit of a different approach, and you'll see that in the final sheet. So let's go ahead and get into it and waste no time. Also, I wanted to add that throughout the process, just like with the other video, I'm going to be going through a little bit of her backstory as we go along. Not going to drop everything because I want, number one, some secrets, but also I didn't want to just lore dump on you, just blah, exposition dump. But I will be dropping little bits of lore about her throughout the entire process, so I hope you'll enjoy some of that. Alright, so for this full-bodied picture of Veronika, I wanted to pretty much emulate that same sort of professionalism that you would see in concept art and character designs. So that's why for this one, I wanted to really have it be clean and have those details show. That's why with the back shot of her, there you go, pause. That's why for her backside, I wanted to make sure I line these up pretty well. So you'll see here in the sketching phase that it's going to be quite a bit of sketching and quite a bit of measurements. Even though I don't usually like to do that, I'd still, I decided for this one I wanted to show off something different. Not just my drawing ability, but my ability to line these things up. Because these are going to be going into my portfolio, and I want to show anybody who looks at it that I can make pretty good turnarounds. And I've made turnarounds before, but even though that this is not the goal here, but I wanted to just still show off my ability to do so. So as a kid, Veronika was a naturally curious child. She would go out and explore. She would, obviously not too far away from the town that, or from the, not too far. You okay? Sometimes she would travel outside of her forest town of Haringwa to explore, just look at the bits of nature, bugs, trees, anything that would pique her interest. Curiosity isn't really a commodity here in ROARIX. Usually people get killed for being curious, either by the forces of nature or just from random people. You never know. You don't want to take that chance, pretty much. But she was different. She had a natural curiosity about her world, but before she can really turn that into something useful or really into anything that could be substantial, disaster struck. And Haringwa was sadly razed to the ground, thanks to an organization called the Black Mains. Luckily, she was not in the town when it was burned down. She and a few other people managed to escape the inferno. Now we're moving on to expressions, and much like last time, these were the hardest parts. Trying to figure out how to contort the face and create believable expressions whilst also maintaining the likeness of the character you're drawing, it's very difficult. I'm learning more and more. I did some face studies and stuff before this, but I still think I'm not there yet. I'm still trying to work out some kinks and some bugs, but for these, I think they turned out good enough to present. The one where you see her face look like an emoji almost with the straight mouth, the straight line mouth, that was based on a little fun emoji I saw, and I was like, oh yeah, that should totally be one of her expressions. I need it. Now, when I was thinking of what faces to focus on, I wanted to get a nice range of what sorts of expressions she would actually show. So I had to get a focused face, and then I decided on a more giddy face, but like a sort of bloodthirsty giddy face, because her personality is very hot-headed like, and she can get carried away, often leaping into battle without a proper plan or whatever, but she doesn't care. So I had to get a very giddy, sort of bloodthirsty grin on that face there. I wanted to add a battle damage, well, not battle damage because I didn't actually draw battle damage on her, but I wanted to express how she would look like when she's hurt, and the other one is just a straight up smile and a laugh. After the fire, her and the rest of the survivors were promptly escorted to the forest village of Arbandola. There they were taken care of and they were given proper bedding and a place to stay, considering that there was so few of them. There she had only one thing in mind, and that is that she cannot let this happen again. So she decided she wants to use her natural curiosity for the better. After some convincing, she managed to lock down herself and transit to the city of Regalion. There she would spend years of her life studying herself in the art of combat and her own druidic practices to prevent any sort of thing like that from happening again, whilst also constantly keeping in touch with things back at home, whilst also gaining information on the elusive Black Mains. But for all of these are I would say that these are way better than the ones that I did for Freya. So I can say that I am improving much faster than I thought I am, than I think I am. Now that we're done with the facial expressions, we can get to the actual drawing that expresses her as a character. I mentioned before that she went to the city of Regalion to study and to enhance her prowess of the druidic arts and just combat in general. Trying to also use her curiosity for any sort of good she can possibly use it for. And I wanted to really enhance that part of her character in these drawings here. Like I mentioned in the Freya video, these drawings aren't meant to really be that good. They're meant to be more loose and more just blah. But they're meant to really just show off who she is as a character. And she is an Archon. And that pretty much covers the entire character. This is a bit of a short video, but first, before we end off, I want to take you through a couple of things that you might have picked up on throughout the entire drawing. So one, her lion tattoo. When someone is born as a druid, at about the age of 12 to 13, they go through a ritual. And this ritual will test them and test their personality and their behavior to determine what animal they will be able to transform into, because every druid who practices the wild art, that is the name of the magic type that druids lie under, everyone who is a druid can transform into an animal, but it's mainly based on who they are. And so her being the aggressive and arrogant sort of person that she can be in battle, she was chosen as the host of the lion. And now, as she is, she can transform into a lion. And that's what this drawing is for. If you're a baby and your parents are magical, you have to be born in Regalian. And there, every baby is tested to see what magical alignment they will be born in. And when that is chosen, they will then have a sigil marked on somewhere on their body. It can be anywhere from their chest to their butt to their face. And for her, it was the face, and the mark that was chosen for her was the mark of the druid. That about wraps it up for this short little video. The next video is going to be about Lysander. We know him, we created him together, you and me. Also tell me what you would like to see. I need ideas, I'm running out of content here.